It was 5 weeks ago today when the first pool of 20 jurors walked into the Glenn County Courthouse. And today we will have closing arguments in the case of 3 men accused of murder and the death of Ahmaud Arbery. Here are the 3 things you need to know. First, closing arguments will be delivered by both the prosecution and the defense. The judge will then present the jury with instructions. That includes guidance on how to interpret any evidence for a verdict. The major thing to watch here is if the judge will allow jurors to hear about Georgia's old citizens arrest law when considering the defendant's fate. After all that, the jury will begin deliberating. Meanwhile, the attorney for one of the defendants, William Roddy Bryan, has filed for a mistrial 6 times since the trial started. So let's bring in Renata DiGregorio this morning. So Renata, this has really led to some heated criticism, though, from prosecutors.
Yeah, Katie, and the day started really dramatically on Friday as well with Roddy Bryan's attorney. That is when there was word that he had asked for a plea deal, but he strongly denies that. Now, the prosecution believes that when he said those words about not wanting more black pastors in the courtroom, and of course that led to there being 700 black pastors and supporters of the Arbery family right out here, she believes that was all calculated.
He stood up in this courtroom knowing full well he was on television and made comments about Al Sharpton and then black pastors and Colonel Sanders, all knowing full well it was being broadcast on television.
So, Renata, what are the other attorneys saying about where this case stands now? Because one of the biggest things to happen last week was hearing testimony from Travis McMichael, the man who actually shot and killed Arbery.
Yeah, Katie, and Travis McMichael's attorney says that Travis was brave for testifying. He says that Travis wishes none of this ever even happened. The attorney also spoke about the jury deliberations, and he doesn't think the jury is going to really rush getting a verdict and try to rush things and get it done before Thanksgiving.
This was not a lynching. It was not a corralling. It was not anything other than a young man and his father who were desperately trying to help their neighbors and their neighborhood remain safe.
The prosecution thinks that jury deliberations will start tomorrow. Now, this morning here at 11:30 a.m., we are expecting a planned rally that you can find information for on our social media. Live in Brunswick, Renata DiGregorio, First Coast News, on your side.
Thank you, Renata. And our live streaming coverage and analysis of the big day in the trial starts at 8:30 on the First Coast News app and on the First Coast News YouTube channel. Now, court will resume at 9 a.m. and once the closing arguments begin, we will bring you those opening moments live on NBC 12 and ABC 25. And we are covering every moment of this trial on digital channel 25.2 or Comcast channel 201. You can also follow live on the First Coast News app or firstcoastnews.com.